Our modern Santa Claus, red suit, white beard, flying reindeer, looks like pure fantasy. But dig a little deeper and you discover one of the most remarkable mashups in religious history. A single figure stitched together from a Christian saint and a whole parade of ancient pagan gods. Let's start with the official story. Santa begins with Saint Nicholas, a real, or probably real, 4th century bishop from Myra in modern Turkey. He was famous for secret gift giving, most famously tossing bags of gold through a poor family's window to save 3 daughters from prostitution. That's why Dutch children left shoes by the hearth on December 6th and found them filled with treats the next morning. When Dutch and German settlers came to America, they brought Sinterklaas with them. But that's only half the story. Long before he was a Christian saint, the same job description, old man with a beard, master of the winter sky, protector of children, bringer of gifts, belonged to various gods across Europe. In centuries of Greek folklore, Nicholas was seen as the Lord of the Sea, which has led some scholars to speculate that Nicholas is in fact a Christianized version of Poseidon. Indeed, the date of his death, given as December 6th, may be an adaptation of Poseidon's feast day to connect Nicholas with the ocean and mariners. Supporting this theory, an archaeological discovery in Bulgaria of what is believed to be the remains of an altar to Poseidon's temple is located adjacent to a Christian church dedicated to Saint Nicholas. This suggests that Nicholas's sainthood may have functioned as a replacement for pagan deity worship. Move north, and a similar archetype appears in Norse mythology. Odin, the gray-bearded Allfather, rode an 8-legged horse named Sleipnir through stormy December skies during the Wild Hunt. Children left boots filled with hay for Sleipnir, and Odin replaced the hay with small gifts. Then there's Thor, red-clad god of thunder, living in the far north, driving a chariot pulled by 2 goats, coming down chimneys because his element was fire. 2 of Santa's reindeer are literally named Thunder and Lightning in German, Donner and Blitzen. Even the Greek god of wine, Dionysus, or his Roman equivalent Bacchus, left his fingerprints. Early American cartoons gave Santa a crown of holly and a rosy nose that looked suspiciously like the god of wine and ecstasy. So by the time Washington Irving and Clement Clark Moore sat down to write in the early 1800s, they weren't inventing Santa from scratch. They were pouring all these ancient streams, St. Nicholas, Odin, Thor, Poseidon, into one jolly mold. Moore's 1823 poem, A Visit from St. Nicholas, sealed the deal. 8 tiny reindeer, a sleigh that flies, a belly like jelly, and a sleigh that lands on rooftops. Suddenly the bearded sky raider of pagan midwinter had a new name, Santa Claus. And the world loved it. Within decades, the Victorian British Father Christmas and the American Santa merged into the global figure we know today. Now, this mixed heritage has always made people nervous. Puritans hated him. In 1951, priests in France publicly burned Santa in effigy, calling him a pagan usurper who was pushing Jesus out of Christmas. Some evangelical websites still call him the Great Impostor, an anagram of Satan designed to teach children materialism instead of the gospel. Yet these Santa foes appear to be missing the fascinating twist. Santa also carries some of the best of the Christian message: secret generosity, joyful giving with no expectation of return, forgiveness because even naughty kids wake up to presents. In many churches today, Santa literally kneels at the manger, reminding us that the impulse to give is holy, whatever old gods once carried it. So what is Santa Claus really? He is not a pagan god in disguise, and he's not just a Coca-Cola mascot. He is a living bridge, a folk creation that lets us keep touching something ancient and magical at the darkest time of the year, while still telling a story of kindness and wonder that a child can understand. Every December, when that sleigh arcs across the sky, we're not just indulging a childish myth. We're participating in one of the oldest rituals humanity has, looking up into the winter night and believing for one moment that kindness and generosity can fly.